What's good, everybody? Chris here again. Chris Goes Outdoors from my Ultralight 2018 gearless video. I showed briefly, I made some pretty extensive mods to my Zpacks Nero, so I figured I'd just go over them real quick. Right here, so there were 4 loops on the back of the backpack, and when I initially got it, that was lined with shock cord, and I just didn't really care for the shock cord. It went through like all 4 loops and also ran across in the middle. I just thought it was kind of overkill, so I ended up just replacing it with this like really thin line from Zpacks. I think it's like 1.2 millimeter line or something. I'll try to leave the name, and I just put one of those little toggles right there so I can tighten it up as needed, and that's worked really well. I also changed out the foam pad that Zpacks included with the backpack for one of these. This is the Gossamer Gear 1/8" thin light pads. It fits back there perfect when it's all folded up, and it's just, I think, more beneficial to have this, which is a full body length pad, than it is to just have the sit pad. So you can see right here the backpack has some loops where you can run a waist belt through, and it came with a belt similar to this, so just a pretty thin webbing and buckle, and I used that all summer and didn't have any issues. It actually worked pretty well for me, but I decided to go ahead and pick up one of these, and this is a Gossamer Gear, I think it's called a fast belt or something. I'll try to put a link to it below. So these just clip in, and you can totally remove it very easily if you don't want to use it. So I'll put this to the test this summer, but I just like that it has a little more cushion than a regular webbing hip belt does, and it also gives me the option to put like camera batteries or a phone or something in one of the pockets here. So we'll give this thing a test run, but the actual belt that came with it did work. It's just, this seemed like a better choice all around, I guess. So this cord right here was originally going from here to here, and then it connected to the top buckle of the backpack. So the closure system closed like this, and I just prefer the roll top. We'll explain how I went about changing that shortly. But this cord went from here, and had this end on it to connect to that closure up there. So I preferred the roll top, so I figured where this pack didn't have any sort of things to mount anything to the bottom, and I really liked that on the arc haul that I was using previously. So I ended up just tying some line right there, so that's the end of the line right there, and then it just loops under the backpack and connects right here, and there we go. So I just ended up buying a clip like this, and then just tying that on with some of that same 1.2, I think it's 1.2 millimeter Z-line, and that way I can put some sort of thing down in here. Usually it might be like a Z-Lite sleeping pad or something like that. I could hang dirty laundry off of it too if I wanted to go that route, and I found it pretty useful. So it's nice to have that around. This right here is something I did too on the Appalachian Trail, and this was essentially to hold dirty socks off of. You can hold other things here, but usually it's just some shock cord with a toggle on it. On the AT, I would put laundry through here and then just tighten it up, let them dry up. And then the initial shock cord that was on the back, I ended up cutting that into half, so 2 full lengths, and I attached that here. I ran the shock cord up here on both sides of the backpack. You can see it's the same situation over here. So comes up from the side, goes up over, and then it just connects to this little loop up top here with a little toggle. The Zpacks Nero had no sort of closure system over the top. It was just one of those things I really like to have on the Appalachian Trail. I housed Cheetos on top there a lot. I usually kept the mid layer on top of here as well. This worked out really well, and it's great. You can tension it down really tight, if you want to tighten something on there. And again, it's the shock cord, so it definitely has some stretch. It probably would not hold a bear canister, but for my purposes, for Cheetos and maybe like a mid layer or something, it works perfect. And then last but not least, the pack itself did not have any sort of closure system, like so that you could roll it up and close it. Like it had to close down the sides like this. So you can see the female end buckle right here, female end buckle. I ended up picking up just another male version of the buckle and tying that on with some cord. So now I can use it as a roll top. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. And look, through the magic of video editing, we got it. So I've been using this the whole time, and it's worked out really well. I just much prefer the roll top closure as opposed to, you know, closing it on the sides and tensioning it down. And in all honesty, like with my full kit in here, the pack's pretty full anyway, so I didn't feel like I needed to like mush it down at all, you know, like really tension it up. And I also threw one shoulder pouch on there. It's the Zpacks shoulder pouch. And usually I have the Peak Designs capture clip for my camera on this side. So I hope that helps clarify at least the mods that I made. Like I said, I should be able to reverse all of them if I wanted to, but I'm very happy with the way the mods turned out. Overall thoughts on the pack, it's been great. I used it all summer, as I said, probably 20-ish pounds roughly with water, food, and all my gear, and it did really well. I didn't use any other pack this summer besides this one. I might do a full review video on it, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, that's going to do it, everyone. If you liked the video, drop it a like. If you loved it, consider commenting and subscribing. You can follow me on Instagram if you care to. Chris Goes Outdoors. Don't feel obligated. Social media is pretty lame. And until next time, we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.